We always think it's an income problem, but in reality, it's really not. It's probably just you. Yes, I'm saying it, you as a person. It's probably just you. It's not the income that you get. It's not the, oh, if I only got paid $5 more, which is actually a good amount of money. But, oh, only if I got paid this much, then I would start doing this. That's not your income. That's you. You're the problem. And it hurts to say, but a lot of people don't realize this their whole entire lives. And I'm trying to give advice to other people about this. It's not an income problem. It's income problem. It's you. And what I mean by that is just realizing like a lot of people in general just have this mindset of, oh, I'm gonna wait till I get this raise or something like that. Then I'm gonna start investing. Like, oh, once I get that $2 raise they promised me, I'm gonna use that extra income to invest. Which is, having the urge to invest is nice, but slacking off on it when you know you can invest, but you just don't want to. You don't want to, I guess, actually budget your finances and spare money for that investment that you want. It could be anything. It could be a house. It could be just in the market, crypto, anything like that. But enough yapping. Let's just jump straight into it. Number one is just thinking to yourself, calculating like how much percent do you really save per paycheck. And for me, I recently just got a raise to $18 an hour, but I save automatically 200%. Sorry, I save $200 out of my paycheck, which is pretty much almost half my check, or I count after tax. So it's pretty much half my check. Because before taxes and everything, or after taxes and everything, 40-hour work week, that's like 600, I'd assume. But I work overtime to counteract this too, but I spend my overtime money on well, things that'll expand my skill set or things that I'll need later down the line. And I do save my paycheck too. I'm not saying, oh, work all this overtime and blow it all out. You can save money too while you're at it. And you can also enjoy money too while you're at it. But realizing after calculating how much you save per paycheck, I think Americans in general don't even save 10% of their paycheck. But, and from my perspective, it's kind of sad to see because, when you were a little kid, you always thought every adult had it like they were in the right mind. All these adults know what they were doing. When I grow up, I want to be just like them. You idolize these people so much, yet they don't know anything about whatever. I've met some people who are, I bet you walk around people that are like in their 50s, 60s, about to retire, like right around the corner, 10 or less years, and they don't have anything saved to their name. It's not because they didn't get money in their life. You've worked, let's say, even if you went to college, you worked since like 22-ish, you worked decades in life, and you have nothing to show for it. Chances are it's not because, even with bad pay, like $15 an hour, even with a bad pay, it's not your income, it's you. You're spending that money so much. Like, if I'm being honest, if I turn 50 or something and I have nothing to show for it, like my net worth is negative or it's like only 50,000, chances are I will be ashamed of myself because I don't have anything to show for it. Like, over the scale of 30 years, 3 decades, I've earned, let's say, $500,000, and what do I have to show for it? Nothing. I have $0. And why is that? It's because I never chose to invest like I said I would, or I never decided to get even just an emergency fund, because a lot of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. But even just that, it's like, or I guess you would say a house contributes to your net worth so much, but we all have different beliefs on it, and house, yada yada. Just because you have a high net worth doesn't mean you're doing well financially, because you can have a high net worth and not be able to pay it off or whatever, and you go broke. But enough of that. it's just realizing, first point again, it's just realizing how much percent you save per paycheck. And I get paid weekly. So that's point number one, is realizing like you actually need to calculate your finances. You're not gonna magically gain that raise and magically become a millionaire. You actually need to track your expenses. I'm not saying track it penny to penny and like cut small things out, like, oh, as older people say, it's like it's that $6 coffee that you'd be drinking at Starbucks every day. It's like, yeah, it'll affect my finances, but it won't affect your finance as much as these boomers make it out to be. Like, it's not life or death without that $6 coffee, you know? Granted, it'll save some money, but it's not like your whole entire life amount. But tracking your finances, just what I would do is just base like monthly. Oh, I work this many hours, I get paid this much, and I track it monthly, base 40 hours, pre tax, and then after all your deductions, insurance, uh, childcare, if you have that, but or child support. That's what I mean. But if you have that, then calculate after taxes and see what you spend. Like, spend how you normally spend and track it down on your phone or something. Like, hey, I just bought this $15 meal at McDonald's. I'm gonna put it down on my notes. And after a month, you could add it all up and see how much you spent and realize like, wow, I actually spent like way more than I thought I spent. Because for me, it was kind of a life learning lesson whenever I saw my W-2 for the first time and realized like, wow, I spent all that money and I only have like $500 in my account and I don't even pay any bills. So that was like the transitioning moment for me. But point number two is just spending money on unnecessary purchases. We all justify our purchases no matter what. Me, I know I justify my purchases. That's just how all humans are. You don't want to live this bare minimal life of just, oh, I wake up, go to work, sleep, cycle. You want to have hobbies just because it's good for your mental health. Even though it's expensive, it can get expensive. Things that I'm into, hobbies that I'm into, can get expensive. My career is expensive, you know? And it doesn't always have to equate to money. Like, being expensive, it doesn't always have to equate to money. It can equate to time too. Like, I could spend thousands and thousands and thousands of or hours in my career and I wouldn't know anything, or I wouldn't know all of it. And that's just how life is. You're always going to learn. If you meet a person who says they know everything about this certain thing, chances are 9 times out of 10 they're probably wrong. They can always learn something. Even just strangers around, you could always learn something from someone. No matter who you are, where you are financially, how different you guys are, you could always learn something. And learning, or just stop spending money on unnecessary purchases, like I said earlier, $8 coffee, $6 coffee at Starbucks every day, like blah blah blah. Like, obviously it's not just that bringing you down. It's probably more. It's probably more those Amazon purchases that you be getting for your house. Like, oh, this would be a nice decoration. Like $100 straight down like that, and just for it to be settle there and never use it. I'm not saying like you shouldn't have your house decorated, but you shouldn't spend so much on decorating your house to the point where your items around you is just worth more than you, like, as a person. Which is kind of crazy to sound, or kind of crazy to say, but a lot of people don't realize that. Like, look around you, you probably don't even have that much money saved right now. But that's point number two, is just stop spending money on so many unnecessary purchases and realizing, like, tracking your money, like, hey, maybe it's not the $6 coffee, but maybe it's like the $500 I pay in absurd gym fees or like subscriptions added up. You know, you don't always need that premium subscription. You don't need the top of the list if you barely even use that thing. Granted, like I said earlier, people justify what they want no matter what. And if you use that thing enough, let's say YouTube Premium, if you use YouTube enough to the point where it's like, oh, I scroll on every single day, like I need it for music, stuff like that, then they justify buying it because it has no ads or whatever. And maybe it does benefit them. Not just, I guess not just financially, but it saves them time. It saves them convenience, or it pays for convenience, I guess. But that's point number two. Number three is just realizing that, you know, I said this earlier, but everyone has hobbies, guys. Just go and do your hobbies. It can be expensive as however it is. I'm not saying go spend all your money on your hobbies, but understand that humans or anybody, like even animals in general, just we all have hobbies. Dogs, they like to play around. They like to do this, they like to do that. Some dogs even walk, which is it's a mixed review, but I don't know. But enough of that. I'm just saying everyone has hobbies, and as I said earlier, humans are going to justify what they do because they think it's right for them. And spending money on hobbies generally brings happiness in a person. If you don't if you don't feel any happiness doing that certain hobby or thing that you do, chances are it's not a hobby for you, or you're burnt out. Chances are it's not for you at the moment. You can always go back into it, but maybe you're burnt out from it. Take a year break. You know, do explore other things. And the thing about living frugal that a lot of these content creators push, or a lot of articles push, is you may be able to save money, a lot of money in general, but it's kind of like, why am I saving so much money? Like, I understand it's for the future, but do I really need to be like living in a 10 by 10 room forever? Like, is it really worth it to spend? I understand frugal is not being like dead cheap. You can still spend money on stuff, but just like enjoy life a little bit, but not too much. Like, understand your finances is what I'm just trying to say. You don't have to be so minimalistic with your finances to the point where you don't feel anything. You don't feel happiness. Maybe your bank account is up, but your mental health is down, and you want to kind of maintain that. 6 7, but yeah, that's point number three. And point number 2 or 4 is just, if it's an income problem, or if you think it's an income problem, what can you do, or what do you think you're valuable? Like, why do you think they're paying you at this rate? Like, do you think you deserve more, or do you think you deserve less? And learning skill sets that improve you as a person will get you more, or that better pay, or that extra $5 or extra $2 an hour that you needed. So learning skill set, trading time to learn a skill set is probably the best thing you can do, because once you learn that skill set, and once that skill set starts working for you, you don't have to spend more time working, I guess, trading your time for hourly or stuff like that. And I know I'm not in that position yet to speak like, oh, who's this young guy speaking on money, stuff like that. But I understand, like, money works for itself. Millionaires don't work like hourly, like, oh, I get paid like $5,000 an hour. No, they're salary for a reason. But learning skill sets that provide you as a worker or as an employee, that they would choose you over this person because you know this stuff and they don't. But that's point number 4, is just learning skill sets that provide more will actually increase your income. And realizing that it's a you problem, you're probably thinking like, how does this equate to it? Well, better pay. Chances are you don't just learn that skill set, you learn more of that too. It opens up more opportunities. And last point is just studying finance, not even just like articles in general, but understanding basic concepts or basic theories, generally just basic finance concepts of not even just your own bank account, like your own income, but understanding around you, like, oh, buy 2, get 1 free. And the whole entire thing was that, like, you think as a consumer, you think you're getting, oh, I just got one free with 2 of these other water lemons that I got, you know? But chances are you weren't actually gonna get that water lemon. And they just made you spend money because they, I guess, enticed you with a free water lemon if you buy 2, but only if you buy 2. So at the end, you actually end up wasting you more money compared to, like, let's say they didn't have a deal and you just walk straight out, you know? You spent less money, you know? And, you know, water lemon is good, you know? I'm not hating on water lemon or anything. It's just an example that I use. Like, it can be used for anything, like Pokemon cards, let's say, oh, buy 1 pack, get 1 pack free. And then people's like, oh, I want that, I want that. But chances are you didn't even want that pack in the first place, so you're spending more money, and the distributor or the person who made it is getting money out of you because they have profit. They're getting profit because you weren't gonna buy from them at the start, but now you are. So now they actually have income. But enough with that concept. It's understanding like where your money flows or how money flows in general. It's like understanding finances will I will say it will make you better than a lot of people. Like the average guy they understand a bit, but actually going down into it and studying it, even just reading an article, like 1 article every month, that's enough to put you ahead of others. And I'm not gonna say, oh, under this study, I'm just generally saying what I think, which can be false. I'm not saying I'm correct, but people around me, they don't really study finances like that. And studying finance is something that just benefits you in general. So that's all the points I have in today's video, guys. It's not an income problem. You gotta realize it's a you problem. You can always earn or build more skill sets that open up more opportunities, not just more pay hourly, but just opportunities like, oh, you could take over my company because you have so much skills, compared to just, oh, you've been working here for like 30 years and you never strive or I guess want to learn a bit more. But enough of that. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys.